Hello students, welcome to Legacy Academy. In today's video, we are going to discuss about another mass protest that has erupted in the Dhaka University of Bangladesh. That is one of the most prestigious university of the country, where 7 colleges and the students of these 7 colleges, they have joined their hand and they have put a certain list of demands against the Pro VC or in front of Pro VC. Now, due to the non-fulfillment of demand, they have given just 4 hours of time for the DU Pro VC to resign. So let us try to examine in detail that what is going on in the Dhaka University campus. Now, as far as the current news is concerned, student of 7 different government colleges that are affiliated to the Dhaka University, they have given a 4-hour ultimatum. This 4-hour ultimatum is to the Mamoon Ahmed, who is a professor and currently Pro Vice Chancellor of the Dhaka University. So the students have put a demand that he should resign as soon as possible, and also 5 more demands are there. It has to be implemented by the university administration. Demand apart from the other demand, the major demand includes an apology from DU authorities and punishment of the policemen involved in the last night's incident, where police has cracked down brutally among on the student protester, and also the students have alleged that the police were trying to even kill some of them, especially their leaders. Now, if you look at the list of the demand that has been given by the students, so first of all, as you discussed, apology from DU authorities and resignation of the DU Pro VC. Second is the dismissal of the New Market. New Market is a police station in Bangladesh where the policeman has attacked on the protesting student. Third demand is to take action against the DU students for derogatory remarks regarding protesting female students, because the clash was not only between police and students from the 7 colleges, rather there was a clash that erupted between the students of the Dhaka University campus and the 7 colleges that had come in that area for protest. Second, it also has asked, the student body has asked to end all the academic administrative ties between the Dhaka University and the 7 colleges, announcement of a separate university in 24 hours for these 7 colleges, because they do not want to have any kind of relation with the Dhaka University. Then apart from that, they also have brought government in their demand, where they are asking for meeting between the representatives of the students, government advisor, UGC, that is University Grants Commission, the 7 college student, to resolve the situation and reopening of City Corporation Road in DU for the general public. Now, let us try to understand this demand in more detail. Now, first of all, because the Dhaka University has not been able to end the quota about which the 7 colleges and the students are protesting, they have asked to announce a separate university for them within the next 24 hours. Also, in a written statement, they have alleged that police is working against the interest of the students, and even they have attacked the college student called as Muhammad Raqib in an attempt to kill him. Also, they demanded the dismissal of the policeman involved in the incident. Plus, they also demanded action against the DU student who they claim made derogatory remarks regarding the female students of the Eden Mahila College and Begum Badrun Nisa Government Girls College. Now, obviously, if you look at the events that has led to this particular kind of situation in the Dhaka. So, yesterday evening, students of 7 government colleges that are affiliated to Dhaka University staged a demonstration at the Science Lab intersection in the capital city. And during this point, several hundred students from different DU halls, they also came out and they began to attack and chase these protesting students of the 7 colleges, and they had to disperse from the intersection where they were protesting. Then later, students of DU and the 7 colleges were stationed on both sides of the intersection, and the situation became tense. It is during this time in the late evening when the police was called upon, where crackdown on protest has begun. Now, overall, if you look at the major reasons why students from these 7 colleges were protesting against, why they first of all went into the area of the Dhaka University. So, first of all, somewhere a week back, a group of students from the 7 colleges had put a list of demand that has to be fulfilled by the Dhaka University administration. And in yesterday's meeting, these student representatives went to meet the Pro Vice Chancellor of DU, basically to learn about the progress of their 5-point demand, that to what extent the demand has been fulfilled or whether any kind of discussion is ongoing or not. The earlier 5 demands or 5-point demand, if you try to look at, The most important demand was to cancel the quota system from 2024-2025 session for admission in the universities. If you remember, it is the quota protest or anti-quota protest which also believed to be the one of the major reasons why the Sheikh Hasina government collapsed and she had to flee for her life and take exile in the India. A similar situation we can see unfolding again in what we can call as the past repeating itself. Apart from the cancelling of quota system, the other of the demand were related to the improvement in the educational overall we can say education system, improvement in overall the quality of education. And how so? Because they have asked to not admit a student beyond the capacity of the classrooms. Also, they have asked to admit a student according to the teacher-student ratio so that a better or acceptable student-teacher ratio can be maintained to improve the quality of education. Next, they also have asked about negative markings during admission test so that the merit-based or meritocracy-based examination and meritocracy-based admission can be ensured in the university and its colleges. And the last demand was related to depositing the admission fees into a separate account that is out of the purview of the Dhaka University Authority, because many students were also alleging that here a large scale corruption is on play, where the fees of the students are not being used for the welfare of the students, are not being used for the infrastructure development in the university, rather it is being gulped by the powerful people for their own personal benefit and goals. And that is why the demand was put, and to assess to what extent the demand has been fulfilled or discussion is going on, the student went there, then the pro VC and they have controversy, then the controversy erupted between two different group of students, the police were brought back, and then the entire situation has become much more volatile in nature. Now, in this regard, we can also try to look at overall, not only in the admission of universities, but Bangladesh earlier had practiced quota for many of the government jobs as well. If you try to look at the quota system, 30% of quota earlier were fixed for the children and grandchildren of the freedom fighters. Freedom fighters here refer to those people who have participated in the liberation war of Bangladesh in 1971 when it became free from the grasp of Pakistan. 10% were for the women, 10% were for the underdeveloped district, 5% were for the indigenous communities, 1% were for the people with disabilities, and then only 44% of the quota in the jobs at least were for the general category student. Now, similar kind of system we see in the admission to the university as well, where you have the members of scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, you have the members of the children and grandchildren of freedom fighters, all they are given quota in the admission. Now, in this regard, the government response has been brutal in nature. Rather than talking and diffusing the situation in a peaceful manner, government then has mandated the deployment of border guards of Bangladesh, that is largely a kind of paramilitary force involved in securing the border of the Bangladesh, land border Bangladesh. So 4 platoons of BGB were deployed to maintain the order and peace in this particular area. Also, police reportedly lobbed sound grenades to disperse the crowd, and after intervention from the security forces, the situation has started to calm down as tensions have died down between the two groups around 1:30 am in night. But that does not mean that this calm is permanent. This calm also seems to be a calm before the storm, because as long as the demand of students are not met or the decisions are not taken, obviously again such kind of protest we might see erupting in the near future. Now, 7 college students claimed the DU students had launched the counter attack, and they alleged that the pro VC misbehaved with them and did not listen to their plea. And that is why in the beginning I told you that one of now their major demand is for the resignation of the pro VC and creation of the separate universities apart from Dhaka University. Now, what can be the possible implications of such situation unfolding in Bangladesh? As a reminder of past, we know that the Sheikh Hasina government, it also collapsed and fell down because the trigger of this collapse of the Sheikh Hasina government can be the set of events that has precipitated in the earlier time, and this was related to the unpopular quota system for government jobs that was originally introduced by Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, who was the main leader after the Bangladesh became independent and during the freedom movement of Bangladesh after the liberation of Bangladesh. So this was a system that was instituted by him, and it was followed on for a long duration of time. Now, more than 50% of government jobs in Bangladesh were reserved for different sections, of which 30% were for the descendant of freedom fighters, as we have discussed before. So when a student began to protest against it, and later on again Supreme Court has reinstated the quota system, the Sheikh Hasina government and her administration failed or erred in understanding the depth of the students' anger. They thought the student, they can easily manage them by having a police crackdown, by having a brutal crackdown, and then the situation and the entire movement will die down and the situation will go as before. But that did not turn out to be true. She also miscalculated the strength of our political opponent, who took advantage of the anger among the student community, among the young masses, and launched a counter attack against the government, and within a matter of days he had to flee the country. So again, a similar kind of protest we are seeing erupting in the Bangladesh against here. The government in power today is the interim government led by Chief Advisor Muhammad Yunus. So similar kind of effect we can see happening in this government as well, where again, because you know that elections have not taken place in the Bangladesh, so this step and further if this movement spreads out and becomes larger in the nature, it can force the interim government to announce fresh elections as soon as possible, held the election as soon as possible, and maybe again we might see the return of Sheikh Hasina back in Bangladesh. Because not only this, many other developments are taking place in Bangladesh, which seems to send the signal that everything is not well, and people are even maybe not happy with the current government as well. That is all for this particular video. I hope you understood what is going on in the Dhaka University campus. If you like the video, please hit the like button, share it with fellow aspirants, as well as subscribe to our channel for more such content. Thank you very much.